Hello, everyone, and welcome to this explainer. If you are gearing up for the 42-day Technical Teacher Certificate program, you are in exactly the right place. I'm absolutely thrilled to be your guide today. You see, before you step into your workshops or even pick up a syllabus, there's one foundational tool you absolutely must master first: the human mind. Take a look at this beautifully detailed chart. We've got the 10 primary branches of psychology laid out right there bilingually in English and Telugu. Now, I want you to think of this not just as academic theory, but as your master key. Every single trainee who walks into your technical workshop brings their own unique psychological profile. Understanding these 10 branches is going to completely transform how you teach, guide, and connect with your batch of trainees. Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with what is psychology, then cover the foundations of the mind, psychology in the classroom, workplace, and society, specialized mental sciences, and finally, improving quality of life. Let's get right into it. Section 1. What is psychology? Let's define the science of the mind. Now, what's really fascinating here is the core definition. These branches are specialized fields that study human behavior, the mind, and mental processes, but from totally different perspectives. Because let's face it, you can't really understand your trainees' behaviors from just one angle, right? These 10 branches look at the exact same human behaviors, but through uniquely different lenses, giving us a really complete, holistic picture of the individual. Moving to Section 2, Foundations of the Mind. Let's look at the building blocks of behavior. All right, that brings us to branch number 1, General Psychology. Think of this as the everyday cognitive basics of your students. It frames how they perceive information, form memories, think, learn, and process their basic emotions. So when you're standing at the drawing board explaining a really complex mechanical draft, general psychology is literally at play in your students' minds right then and there, determining how well they memorize the steps or process the logic. It's the absolute foundation. Which leads us nicely into Section 3, Psychology in the Classroom. This is the teacher's lens. Because as future technical educators, I guarantee you'll be asking yourselves this exact question every time you face a new batch. How do learners actually learn? Why does one student grasp a mechanical drawing instantly, while another really struggles? Well, that's exactly where your specialized training kicks in. So let's break down the critical difference between educational psychology and developmental psychology. Educational psychology, that's your direct everyday toolkit. It looks at teaching methods, learning difficulties, and assessments. If a trainee is struggling, this branch helps you adapt your teaching method to help them. On the flip side, developmental psychology tracks the physical, cognitive, emotional, and social changes from infancy all the way to old age. Remember, your trainees are at a very specific, crucial developmental stage in their lives. Understanding the social and emotional milestones of their age group helps you connect with them as developing individuals, not just as students in a classroom. But what happens when a student is struggling personally? That's exactly where our 7th branch, counseling psychology, steps in. It provides vital guidance for personal, educational, career, and social problems. You know, as a teacher in a 42-day intensive program, you aren't just a lecturer, you're a mentor. When a trainee is facing immense stress about their upcoming campus placements or maybe a personal social issue, applying principles of counseling psychology gives you the tools to mentor them constructively. Let's move to Section 4, Workplace and Society. This is all about preparing your students for the real world. Branch number 5 is Industrial and Organizational Psychology. And for the technical workforce, this is a real game changer. It studies human behavior at work, touching on employee selection, training, motivation, leadership, and job satisfaction. Your trainees are studying to enter big industries and organizations, right? By understanding this branch, you can prepare them for the actual realities of the shop floor. You can teach them not just technical skills, but how to stay motivated, how to lead a shift, and what really drives job satisfaction in an industrial setting. Similarly, branch number 6, Social Psychology, governs how your students will behave with others. It covers group influence, social perceptions, attitudes, beliefs, and relationships. In any technical training, teamwork is absolutely essential. Social psychology explains the group dynamics when you assign group practicals in the workshop, how peer pressure operates within your batch, and how broader societal attitudes shape your students' beliefs. Navigating all of these dynamics is the key to maintain a harmonious and productive learning environment. All right, Section 5, Specialized Mental Sciences. Let's look at the clinical and specialized fields. This table brilliantly synthesizes the clinical side of things. You've got abnormal or clinical psychology dealing with mental disorders and their treatments. Then there's health psychology, which looks at the psychological aspects of health, stress, and lifestyle, which is super relevant when you're watching out for student burnout during exams. Forensic psychology applies these principles to the legal system and criminal behavior. And finally, neuropsychology explores the profound relationship between the brain and behavior, looking at things like brain injuries. These fields tackle highly specific, intense challenges, reminding us of the biological realities underlying human behavior. And finally, Section 6, Improving Quality of Life. This is the ultimate goal. Because ultimately, all of these 10 distinct branches work together to achieve three profound things: to deeply understand human behavior, to solve real-world problems in your classrooms or workshops, and to tangibly improve our overall quality of life. That is the whole shebang, the true synthesis of everything we've discussed today. So we'll close on this really powerful thought: understanding the mind, improving life. As you get ready to step into your technical classrooms equipped with this framework, I want to leave you with one big question. In your upcoming 42-day journey and way beyond it, how will your new understanding of your students' minds alter not just their technical skills, but the entire trajectory of their lives? Definitely something to think about. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today.